So that's the main reason I'm making a hover racer. I want to start doing hover racing, like races in multiplayer with other people. Tack made an awesome like wipeout style track that has loops and everything with gravity. So yeah, if we could get some people together, make hover racers, and we start doing like wipeout style races with all the different people, that would be wicked. Imagine 32 people in a hover race. If we could ever get a full lobby, that would be so insane. I mean, there's upwards of like 60 people playing a day lately, so the game's been pretty popular. It's in theory possible getting that many people into a lobby. It's just really getting them to all agree to join. Anyway, I'll be starting in like 3 minutes. What is up, guys? I'm here. How's it going? One sec. Let me turn down my stream. No. Try. Alright. Let me give you a rundown of what I've been doing real quick. Let me turn off the starting soon, please. Boom. Alright. One sec. My system is freezing up. There we go. Alright. So, the rundown. You guys remember last stream, I was working on this. This was the very first iteration of the hover racer. Now, I really liked the look of this, but as I was getting deeper into this build, I realized I made the initial engine far too small, and it was a great compact design and it looks wicked. I might finish this one at some point, but it was not it. So I tried again. I started making a solid base, and then I made an engine setup, and I was like, no, I don't like this one. So I went to the next one. Here's 3. Number 3 started getting a lot more of that look of this one, but once again, I abandoned it midway through because I was not happy with the thrust to weight ratios. This one has the cool multi-tanks on the sides. I like how this one turned out. Another cool one. And then this one has the most impressive cockpit, but as you can see, the scale went up immensely for this one. But this is actually probably the most impressively engineered one. But as you can see, oh god, it's a little bit too wide. But watch, this one has some cool mechanics to it. So I actually have this one filled out with a cockpit and everything. Look at how far I went into these designs before I go and just like, nope, I'm just gonna wad up the paper and start again. So this one actually has a bubble cockpit, window glass. This is one I might be more willing to finish in the future. We'll see. But check this out. The whole top pops up. All the logic is hidden under here. Right here. Boom. Oh. There it is. Like I say, this is probably the most impressively engineered one out of all of them. I have 2 trapdoors. These are where the battery storage is. And then right here is the logic drawer. So, got a logic drawer for all 3 layers. Just haven't filled in the other ones. And as you can see, I do have a new color palette going on. And that is partially because what you may be seeing over there in the corner. Let me show you this stuff. Got some little MVPs in the workshop. It's worth getting these prefabs, these blueprints. So we have the earthen color palette. And these are going to add all kinds of new colors to your game. You just have to basically go up to it, hold your middle mouse click, and choose the color if you want to change to it. And the monochrome palette, this is going to give you all kinds of whites, grays, and blacks. Every shade you might think of. This is that logic drawer right here. Here is 1/8 robotics that you can just copy paste. And that's what the final iteration is using. And kind of why it's so wild. And then here is the glow tile version of the earthen color palette. It's just the other side of that, and I have it covered up so you can actually see the glow tiles. You can see like the different colors. And yeah, so you have a little palette here you can work from. Anybody that joins the lobby and builds stuff. Gives you some nice new shades and colors. But then we get to iteration 4. I started going compact again. I once again really liked this one. This is kind of the more I like the seat design, and I think this is the final seat design I'm gonna do, is kind of like the Apache helicopter style, where it's the staggered cockpit. The back seat sits a little higher than the front, so you can see over. This one also has my first experimental engine setup. I really like this one. I don't quite know why I wanted to restart this one again. I think I really did, just because I felt like I could have just took it to the next level, which I did take that idea to the next level. This is our current design, and this is the madness that I've created. Now this one, this is where we got spicy. So something I've learned from the people on this game is the fun of the stacking of rotors and making mechanisms. So this whole setup is on a rotating mechanism, and you rotate whatever part you want wherever. And this is actually multiple stacks. So we have this one at a 45. If I turn that, see, now it's balanced out. Then we can go 25. Oh, I might have broke it. Oops. Oh, I'm trying to move the wrong one. I always got to move the back one. But yeah, this is how this works. I mean, you get the idea. It's just one mechanism I created with 4 points. Rotate it, copy paste it, put it on again, and then send it again. I notice the tubes are a little messed up on this one right here. And also, I have one too many of these. It's because my mirroring was on. Okay. So I think this bottom one might need to go, because I didn't realize it ended up putting 2 down. Boom. Alright. So I got to get these in the right positions. So that at 0 would be that. So what if we go 90 for this one? Yeah, I think, yeah, 90. And then we need to turn the entire setup to a 45-degree angle. I think that is right. Yeah. Because we want the X to be like that. Okay. Now let me fix these tubes real quick. Sometimes the tubes get a wacky connection every once in a while. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that one right there because it's hidden. Well, actually, I can just turn the rotor, slightly offset it. Let's give it a 65. I love this. A lot of players do this technique for builds. A lot of those crazy engines you see people do that are like nice and perfectly round are done in this method. And since I'm using the tiny robotics, it's optimal. Like, I mean, it works really well because I'm doing the robotic stacking too for weight distribution. So pretty much this top rotor can't move. You can see it has 1300 mass on it. But this bottom rotor only has 5 kilograms of mass on it because all of the weight is being held on this front rotor I don't use. So this is the thing that you rotate. And that's how we can always move it no matter how heavy it gets. So yeah, I'm just trying to fix up these, and then I need to sync all these up to logic gates, and then we can move all these arms around however we want. The arms have, I think, 4 points of movement. There's rotation, there is a piston, there's a hinge this direction, and a hinge that direction. So yeah, 4 points of rotation on each of these. And I can set them up to logic gates to be able to move whenever or wherever I'd want. Let me do a pipe check, tube check, to make sure all these are good. I don't want to have any more messed up ones. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right, so let me rotate this one back into its place. 90. Yeah. So you can kind of see, I'll show you an example of how these fins work. So if we were to put 55 there, that would bring the fin there. Then we can go 10. And if I wanted to, I could angle the fin, bring it towards me by doing that. Bring it way towards me. I can do that. So there's a lot of different points of motion. And then we had the piston. And choose how far out you want it. Of course, if you were to keep stacking these, you can make some wild designs. So I keep it at like 03 or 02. And that's just on a little switch right here. So you can kind of turn on or off the piston. And then finally, the rotational point. And this one actually has to spin all the way around if you switch it to a positive. There you go. See what I mean? You can kind of position them all, or I could hook them all up to logic, which I'm going to do. And when you hook them all up to logic, you can make them all synced up and move all at the same time. So that will be the idea. So you guys kind of get that. Should be everything is good here. Let me make sure. Let me see if there's any other rotational values that would look cool. Because I know there's more rotational values I can take. Because I want to get a finalized position. I kind of like this where it's somewhat stacking on each other. See where they're kind of overlapping almost. But maybe a little bit less. It's really fun experimenting with this. How about 140? That's going to bring it over more. So we actually want to go further over 170. Oh, that's too far over. So I guess it is less. 120. Okay, that's like perfect. All right. So we'll go with this. I need to go ahead and get some body pieces. Everything needs to be connected to this thruster, because this thruster is the actual main body of the vessel. All right, there we go. Got my symmetry. Let's see if we can go ahead and create the logic for this, because this I think is going to be our final rotation point. This looks good. Maybe we will angle the whole thing slightly more. Maybe just 50. I'm going to sync all these up where they can actually go to where the exact positions I want. Probably the top ones and the bottom ones will be synced separately. We'll see. See, now I should be able to still change my angle even if I put these pieces in. So if I was to, oh, I gotta put it in a little higher. If I was to put in that, oh wait, let's go ahead and temporarily get this to a perfect rotational axis so we can build things easier. So we can just add, oh, wrong one. Okay, 115. That seems to be about straight. Let's just go right there. There we go. All right, so in theory, I can rotate this still around. Yeah, since it's children's body. Due to how it's made, pretty much this is still going to be able to go through. So I can get an actual base build on here. So I'm just going to put a front plate on here. Oh. There we go. Delete that. Now there is going to be a little bit of limits here, as you can see with that pipe there. Yeah, we got a pipe there too. Alright, so let's bring this one more out. Or actually, probably two more out. There we go. So, how about a 6? Make sure to save weight wherever we can. So make hollow spaces very often. Now I will have to, of course, balance my heat rating by having enough full blocks. But I also want to have this kind of like this. Now, maybe I should get rid of this one pipe here. Oh, I could possibly change it. Let me just bring this forward. This whole setup will just be one forward. This will be our logic box. Get a sliding rail. I'm just gonna have a wide logic box. I wish there was a tiny sliding rail. Having the 1/8 sliding rail would be wicked. Okay, Alt R. Get that on the other axis. Oh, the sliding rail doesn't have another axis. Okay, so how I'm gonna have to do this. Let's put a block right here and mount it to that. Let's give it a little bit more space to make it easier. I think this is the right way. Okay. Can I make it any smaller? No, 1/4. I'm getting spoiled by the 1/8 size ones. So let's make it longer. Because the vessel in reality is going to be a little deeper than this, so we can go ahead and make it deeper. I don't want to skimp too much on our logic systems. Especially with something like this, you can already tell it's probably going to be a little bit more on the complex side. So I think right about there's pretty nice. So let's redo that wall with a thin block. Because we gotta remember weight saving. This should be all the way over. Get the whole back wall in. And then we could bring it up slightly also. Because I want to make this basically the entire middle body. I don't really think I need this. I think instead we'll go with maybe a square. No, we could go at inverse right here. Just squeeze an inverse in for that spot, and then I guess wedge it right here. And then I guess probably reverse inverse. That would probably make the most sense. Go for that. There we go. Nice little connection point. And our logic box is much bigger now. How big is the logic box? It is almost 2 meters. I could make it I kind of want to make it a 2-meter box. So we could go up one more. The bottom clearance looks like it's a little tighter than the top clearance, so I think we're gonna go up here with it. Yeah. The ship is smaller than you might think too. I mean, there's the LaFonte air car. You can kind of see the ship of the scale isn't actually necessarily that large here. So let me get the sliding rail. I kind of want to, let me see what the maximum size is that the sliding rail can go. Oh, it's backwards. No. Okay. Perfect. Get the sliding rail skinned. Need a floor on it. Let's use half block for the floor. Actually, the hole is going to probably go a little bit deeper than this, so it should be okay. Because if I add half block, then our whole alignment is going to go off by that tiny point. Alright, so let's just get a wall here. Let's make it a nice thin wall. Oh, I didn't start it at the bottom block. Right there. Boom. Nice thin wall. And then when that gets activated, aha, giant logic wall. Alright. Honestly, I think I could probably replace this with half tile. I'm going to replace it all with half tile to give us optimal space in here. I can go further back. Alright, so actually if I put that one, it's pretty good. Alright, there we go. Nice little half tile. Let's actuate it to the bottom so I know my limit. Oh, it was only one more. Well, that's fine. I could just keep it as is, because we can't even see the bottom layer. Yeah, the bottom layer doesn't even really show. So that's perfect. There we go. Nice and spacious. And I will just keep this uncovered on the front for now, just so we can actually see what kind of logic we're putting in. I will put a block line at the bottom here. Oh wait, oh, that would be cool. I'm gonna put an actual floor on this so you can't see inside. So like when it comes up, yeah, there's like a base. There we go. That would be cool. Alright, I can start getting some of my logic systems put on this. We're going to start with the good old spaceship computer. Oh yeah, spaceship computer cannot be put on a logic box like that. Spaceship computer is going to actually have to go on the ship itself. The most sensible place would probably be just squeezing it right here. If I could fit it in where I have a block space. No. One other sensible place is right here.
I think this is our ticket. We're gonna put spaceship computer right there, and then the hovercraft can go on the other side. Because remember, this is both things. It can go hover or spaceship mode. Pretty much all these iterations do this. Let's get that blue. Actually, no, I want to take... So I remember I got a really good shade of blue. Ah, right here. I want that. It's like a midnight. There we go. And those will just live on the back. And I will get a throttle temporarily put on here. Because, actually... I don't know. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna have the main body on a children entity or not, like our main control point. So I'm kind of thinking I probably should have a throttle. If I do so, I'm probably just gonna have this one locked inside the box where you'll never see it. So I would literally just have it sitting down here. We can have logic, or one for that, one for that. So this one would be the spaceship. Yeah. And then this one is the hovercraft. Yeah, Jesus. It's gonna spam me with the negative power melons now, guys. Great. What have I done? It was a mistake hooking these back up. Actually, I think I can actually, now I think about it, unhook them up and they'll still give me the reading. Yeah, good. Chill out. Alright. Oh, we're looking good. 516 meters per second. And that's just theoretical. And then we can kind of probably go faster from there with some angling. That's a good baseline. There's going to be more thrusters, of course, getting added to this. But that is a pretty nice baseline. I'm happy to see it's in the 500s. Because that is reassuring. Very reassuring. This might be the design. Oh, I could go one further back with our tile here. Let's take advantage of that. Must have all the space. There we go. Boom. Ta-da! Now it's as far back as possible. I will actually make that back wall blue. We're gonna actually make this whole mechanism blue. This thing is very phantom coded when it comes to its colors. Going with the purple, that shade of purple that looks almost just like the Phantom, and then I have those the blue internals. Very Covenant coded craft. Guess we'll see what ends up happening here. Alright. Make sure that everything is good here. Looks good. Alright, let me get a... I don't know if I want to do a blast door. I think I'm going to do a sideways trap door here. I think that would look good. But I just need a top slot. Of course you're going to be like that. I need a side mounting block for it. Let's just bring it out a little bit here. I wonder if I could make the trapdoor smaller too. Might be a thing. Let me see. Can I make this smaller than it is? This because this is really big. No. This is a no-go, Captain. Alright, so 1 block over, 2 blocks over. I think we're just gonna be best off making our own mechanism, guys. I don't like that. The trapdoor's way too big for what we want. Alright. At least it's gonna be simple. This will be actually very easy to make a mechanism. I mean, hell, I've done way crazier already, so let me get this. Oh wait, no, we want the hinge. These 1A robotics from Pro Peach are, yeah, MVPs. Very good. Very good. Let me see. Which way is this? Ah. I did not want it in mirroring. Oh god, I just got rid of it on copy paste. Oh brother. I think it'd be better off just taking it from the box again. Oh wait, we only have 1 now. We'll be good. Hey, it's the correct direction. That's what I like to see. Alright, so I think how I'm going to connect this up, I've learned something about the beveling piece, which is pretty cool. And that is, it doesn't quite have collision like you think it would. Let me see, so 2 blocks of spaces? Yeah, 2 blocks space. And then what I'm gonna do is take the bevel line, this little guy, put it on the bottom line. And it always works very nicely with folding mechanisms because it has a smaller hitbox. Its hitbox is pretty nice. Now, I do want to actually put this probably, let me see, minus 90. Yeah, so that hitbox is working nicely together. Oh, I didn't make it wide enough. Easy fix. You know what? Actually, let's make it look fancy. Do I want to maybe go squared? No, that would look weird. How about rounded edges? We'd probably want to make that then round. No, rounded edge is going to make that show, so at least want to change the color of that. Let's make sure we don't accidentally crossfire one of the pieces of the ship. Alright, so basically that should work. And I feel like I want to make it even longer than this. Maybe make it blend entirely to the body. We'll probably change its aesthetic as we go. But yeah, that opens up just fine. Pull out our logic. I mean, you can fold it all the way back. Go the way to 190, fold it forward. It just sits nicely like that. I'm going to close off the logic. Oh, wait. I don't need to close off the logic box yet because we haven't even built it. And it's going to be a lot easier getting all the logic boards in. We'll keep that blue base. That looks cool. Having like just the blue bottom there. Oh, one thing I could do to stylize this a little bit more, and I think this would actually still fold just fine, is add a block layer like on here. Oh god. And we just turn this to the blue. I think this will look cool. I don't know if we're gonna have any collision issues or not, but let's find out. Oh, wrong thing. I need the blue. Speaking of that, the tips are not painted. I missed that one block there. Nice little catch there. I missed every one of them. Alright, that should be good. Let's see how this looks. How are you gonna sit? Ooh, it can't fold anymore. No! So we definitely can't do that idea. Collision problems. Alright, yeah, so that's a no-go, Captain, on doing the second layer of it. Just keep it like that, and that'll work. Alright, so there's a lot of logic I'm gonna need here. Oh yeah, I could rip logic from another ship. So let's go ahead and pop the cockpit up. Give me your internals. Alright, pull up this logic drawer. All I really want, I need the logic gate, I need the sequencer. Yeah, so we can start with first logic gate there. That would control the entire system. And then I need the sequencer gate. And let's see, how many mechanisms are there? There is 4 rotation points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 4. Okay. 4, 8. Alright. So how I'm gonna have to do it is 2 sets of 4. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna put a timer between these, but we'll see. Gonna go ahead and put this on an extra ore. We'll go ahead and get this connected to everything. You actuate these. The main reason why there has to be 8 is because one set is going to be set to different angles than the other set. Alright, now the real fun part. I gotta choose what set is gonna be angled and put onto what. So we'll say we got this set to control and that set to control. So this will be one set. We'll get this one, that one, and then get over here and get this one and this one. Yeah, and that is those 2 sets. We're gonna definitely want the tag tool for this so this all makes sense, or else it's gonna become a confusing mess real quick. So wing, piston 1, Get all these named up. All right. Next up would be the, what is that? The, oh yeah. So this one, I already have a button for it. So you know what? We would get rid of the button, wouldn't we? We don't really want buttons sitting on the wings anyway, would we? So this is probably for the best. All right, piston. As you can see, the pistons are at different lengths for different parts. But when I equalize this, we're just going to rotate the entire system as we go. Oh wait, I named that piston. These are rotators. I'm just going to say rotor. See, I would have already confused myself right out of the gate. I had the first thing named wrong. Okay. Next set would be the first hinge. This is the vertical hinge. Oh. Alright, so vertical hinge. Make sure we are connecting to that same hinge or else we're going to have some problems. I'm just going to call it vert hinge. Okay, so vert hinge. Well, I should probably, I guess, put wing in there too, because there's going to be other systems that are going to be on this wall too, and I don't want it to be a humongous confusing mess. Okay, all of that is labeled correctly. And then the fourth mechanism is our horizontal hinge. Tag tool. Oh, wing. Hori hinge. Oh. Oh, I didn't put the, there we go. There we go. Now I just need to get the other set hooked up. Let's delete the buttons and make sure we don't accidentally crossfire anything. I guess I do have long delete for any kind of robotics. See, the days of us accidentally deleting an important robotic piece are over. Because look. That's definitely a lifesaver for the robotic pieces. Because it used to be, even up until a few months ago, it was a bad time. How do you like my copper madness here? I love my copper pipe madness. Those are all supposed to be cooling coils. So how you would cool liquid or to cool liquid easier, there's no method to the madness, as you can probably tell here. But how it kind of works is the fluid runs through the copper coils in random directions, and the fluid is cooled through the system as it's just, you know, getting brought around in random directions. And, you know, more piping the better in that situation. So all of it's just kind of copper routing for the cooling systems. And as you can see, there's solar panels embedded also into these wing bits. There's also some nice little glow bits I've added in with glass overlaid on top of it. So that looks pretty nice. All right, don't get sidetracked. Don't get sidetracked. All right, so let's get, these are going to be the 4 rotators for the top and the bottom ones. All right, and then go for the pistons. Piston 1, piston 2. I'm excited for this to all come together because this has been fun experimenting with these. Boom. All right. And then the final set. My Hori piston, or Hori hinge. Music stopped, question mark? Alright, they are all hooked up now. I want the wicked blue here. I really like that. So we're gonna go... You know what? I kind of like that darker blue in there. So we're gonna have that. And then the other side is going to be the lighter blue. I love those color palettes. Definitely grab those off the workshop, guys. The earthing color palette and then the monochrome color palette. It's going to really change how you're going to color things because it's going to give you way more wide option for colors. I mean, look at it all over there. Plus all the glow tiles, the monochrome, all that. I will be right back. I got to pee just real quick. And then we will go ahead and start actuating all these and find the exact spot we want them all. 1 secondo. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something while I was going. Time to start actuating these. Find out what angles we want. So let me just get a simple switch for now to activate everything at once. And then we'll kind of go from there. So let's reset them all first. Let's just put them all at, let me see if this will work. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna just put them all at 90 initially, and we'll kind of go from there. And I might have to reverse rotation on some of them because, as you can see, they're going odd directions. There we go. We're just basically, I know they're all going to look weird like this, but this is just to reset them all to their positions. All right. There we go. All reset to positions. Now we're just going to turn them all off. I had them actually backwards here. So reset them all to 0. Or not. Okay. So let's just go with the first set. So let's look at the rotations here. All right, so this one, reverse it. Actually, see both of these. Yeah, they both have reversed rotation. So let me look here. All right. So that is reverse rotation there. All right, so what I might actually have to do is I think I'm gonna have to do the mirroring. So this side is controlled and this side is controlled because they're gonna always be opposite if I do it this way. So let's delink the right side, and then the left side will only control the left side, then the right will only control the right. Makes sense, doesn't it? Because that is our issue. And then we should be able to get a nice aligned axis then, because as you can see, they're going opposite of each other right now, which is not what you want. All right, so we got that side connected. Yeah, so we already were connected to all of these ones. So let's go ahead and actuate those. Send them back. All right, so I think I think I know how I'd want to do it. So take off the bottom point too. I might actually have to have more setups than I thought here, but I have plenty of wall space. And I could always just copy paste the setup. It's fun experimenting with these guys. This is a slow burn stream, but we'll the only way you're gonna troubleshoot any problems is if you experiment with it initially. All right, so now we have that set up. Let me put this at 5. And then we're going to go O2 on the range. The first rotor is going to be at a 25. This one will actually be at a 15. And this will be at a 45. Not quite it. Yeah, because I got to think about it with sequencer brain. So 75. 5. Yeah, you got to use your sequencer brain. There we go. Oh, yes. All right. Adjust the rotational value a little bit. Maybe a little bit less. About 10. So that is resetting to that point. Looks pretty dang good. That separation is nice. All right, all right. Now, let me make an attempt to put it on this one and just see what it does, how it reacts, only on the top one. Because part of my mistake I was doing was possibly putting all 4 on one sequencing system. And I might be able to get the rotation aligned here. I might have to just take the values and turn them opposite for this side. All right, so that is reversed. One of these, I think, is reversed. Or needs to be reversed, I mean. There we go. Almost. Mech symmetry is reversed. We aren't doing a mech, so shouldn't be doing that. Let's see. Reset it. Okay, so that's actually kind of cool. It's doing opposite of each other, but that's actually pretty badass. I like that. So you know what? I think we're gonna do that. So now let's get the other ones that are right next to it. So we would go and get now this bottom set, and we could get both sides. I think I know what my issue was. It was because I was getting all four at once. And I think doing each line at a time might be the key here. What I initially, or what I want to do as like the final iteration of this is basically hook this up to the engine and probably configure it with the boost. So they're going to move with the boosting of the ship. All right, that is all four of them. And we're going to put them at the exact same values. Or actually, no, let's go the minus version of all the values. We're going to keep the piston unextended. This one is 75, so we'll go 75, let's go 145. 85, 160. Actually, no, 155. All right, so I got those ones. All right, so this one is good. This one is not so good. Do I have this reversed? So that is negative 45. Why is that doing that? Negative 55. Negative 55. Could be possibly these need to be reversed. It's not, that one needs to stay reversed. So this one, let me see here. What am I trying to connect to right now? Oh, that's the rotor. Let me see. If I switch the rotor's rotation again, it's gonna end up right there. So this side is fine. This side, not so much. We got to disconnect from this side and redo it. Don't know what its angle issues are here. Oh. All right, now let's try connecting it to this set and seeing how it reacts. And that might be too much, but we'll see. Okay, better. Better. I feel like we wouldn't want any piston for that one. Let's see. Definitely wouldn't want to reverse the rotation at all. That isn't going to do it either. All right. So this one here, I think might have to go on its own sequencing set. We'll mess around with some of the other ones. Oh wait, no, not the top one. The top one is the good one. Let's not mess it up. 4.2. The bottom one is the messed up one. It's definitely all about trial and error with doing a robotic mechanism like this. All right. Do I have everything hooked up here? So let me just get another sequencer set. And then we can put this sequencer set at all different angles compared to the other ones. This will go to the bottom there. So we might end up actually having to have the 4 sets, which would be fine with me. I can always make this a multi-layer logic system too. All right, let's get some initial values here. Let's just go 15. I'm just going to do some random numbers and see what we have. All right. So what I'm going to do, move around some of this other stuff. 5, 5. All right. I'm going to figure out what values I want exactly all of these at, and then kind of go from there. Oh, I didn't really think about it. What if we did this, guys? What if we put everything on a slider, and then we can truly see how it's all going? Let me see. Just get rid of the color for now. What if we switch this to a slider? I mean, I have it on an extra ore, so I should be able to use this from anywhere. Oh. I gotta possibly do it the other way. I might actually have to get rid of the button. I don't use sliders that often. Oh, I can't put it on there. It won't allow it. What if I put it... Can sliders go through event gates? I've never even tried it. Always worth a shot. Oh, looks like it can. Alright, now we're getting ideas. Let's zero out everything again. Because I think I want to do a little bit of brainstorming on what I'd like to do for my final angles. I really want to figure out which way is going what and get rid of any kind of opposites. Make sure that the opposites are all aligned and then kind of work my way from there. I think I will actually have to split this into 4 systems. That might be the ticket. Alright, so... Oh, it didn't reset them all. Or did it? Actually, it might have reset them all, honestly. So let's give these... 5. I'm gonna give them a pretty hefty rotational offset here. I want to get the wings, there we go. I want to get the fins very separated from each other. There, they're pretty separated now. And now let's spin the whole body. Might actually want this on a 0 point. Yeah. Alright, let's see about doing this again. So that is connected to those points. Let's just go one at a time and see what each thing does. So 15. You can see they're going opposite of each other. See, with a slider, you can really see what's going on a lot more. Okay. How about 45? Okay. So definitely this rotor, change it where it's not reversed. All right, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. It's so much easier to tell what's happening. All right, now this next value. All right. Looking at this value. Let me look at this other side. See what they're doing. Rotations seem good. all the rotations are aligned here. And then the third set, which is literally just this thing. Let's go 65 to really make it show. Where is it? Which one is it? Okay, so for this one, let's go 185 and just see what it does. All right, go back to 10. Okay, so these ones are stacking on each other here. So let me see. I'm going to stagger these. So 45, 25, 15. So let's go 15, 5. Okay. Let's go through more of the cycle. So go 02, 1. See what this does. Okay. So we're going to be counting up here. Oh, did it break? There it goes. No, that's too intense. I think 25 is the correct angle. Did it break again? Some of them might have broke. No, I think we're okay. So let me go 10. See what all the 10 angles look like. We're getting there. One of these mechanisms is still not hooked up to anything. I don't know which one it is. Oh, maybe they are connected to something. I think they all are actually connected, yeah. So these two right here are kind of moving in sync, and I don't think we want that. The left side is working out a lot better than the right side is. So I have one idea. I'm gonna work this design up because I feel like currently as it stands, I have too many fins to work with. So I'm going to get rid of the inner fin for each side. We're going to work with the 4 fins, and then we'll work our way up from there. Oh god, I almost got rid of the outer fin there. Inner fins only. There we go. Now let's go ahead and get rid of that 3rd set and just focus on the 2 sets. See how all this is connected. I just don't want to rename it all. So yeah, that's connected to all 3 there. Oh. The system is kind of freezing up on me. All right. I think I am going to redo all the links here because the links just aren't it. I need to divide out everything properly. And that's the most important thing. Honestly, if I find the exact values I need right now and then just input those, I think we're going to get the money. Because I think some of these are opposite to each other. I need to find out which ones are negative, which ones are positive, and hook up, have like a negative and a positive sequence. So each, the 2 opposites will always work together properly. Because that's the big thing you run into when you mirror this kind of stuff, is the opposites are just wanting to do their thing, and reversing the rotation isn't seeming to help in this situation. Alright, so we're just resetting this entire setup basically, and I'm just going to put in some manual values, figure out all of our manual values, and go from there. Which is honestly the first thing I probably should have done. Okay. So the only thing I will actually have to have hooked up is the pistons. Because the pistons can't just be sitting there. They won't be able to actuate unless they're put on some kind of button. So we are just going to have a switch connecting all 4 pistons together. We'll reset them. Alright, reset the pistons. Alright, now let's push them all out. And we are going to give them more range. Let's go 0.3. Just to get them off the body a little bit. 0.3. See, and we had varying angles and positions here. So that was also probably part of the reason we were having issue. Really appreciate it, Worth of Ale. I'm working on a hover racer, trying to go for a speed record. Currently I have it sitting at about, let's see, it's 500, I think 527 meters per second with a almost 20,000 kilonewton thrust. I'm working on the engine bay, and I'm working on getting these fins all positioned all around it, and I'm gonna have them basically actuate and move with the boosting of the ship. And I'm basically creating like a Wipeout-esque hover racer that we can use on Tack's racing track or the F-type track. This is the 5 different iterations I went through. That's the final version I'm working on, but this was the first concept. Second concept that didn't go very far, but that's where I started getting this little shell idea. The third concept. The fourth concept, which ended up growing too big, but I like the style of it. And then we end up with the fifth one, which looks pretty cool, but didn't have enough thrust to weight ratio. And now I'm here. This is where I'm at. And this one I think seems to be the money. It's just really about getting everything adjusted. All right, so let's find out our first angle. Let's go and zero out everything. All right, so I see these ones went to 45s. That's an interesting angle. Interesting. This could be part of my problem right here. This could have been our culprit. How do you power the thing efficiently? Right now there is a deficient power generation. I have solar panels embedded inside all of these fins, but I am going to be adding a reactor. The reactor isn't in yet. The power consumption on this thing is bonkers for what it is. Currently it is a current power draw of 2500. We're almost 300% deficient. So yeah, I need the reactor, of course, put in, but the body itself is extremely lightweight right now, 5.6 tons. All right, so this bad boy right here seems to be our big culprit that might have been causing a lot of our issues. All right, so if this is at its 0, let's get this at 0. Can I need to have a good idea of what's actually happening between these 4 fins? So that fin looks good. That fin looks good. 3 of the fins look great. The 4th fin, not so much. So let me show you. If you go in the workshop and go to Pro Peach's workshop, you can get these little 1/8 robotics, and that's part of the reason why this works. And there's also, I highly recommend getting the earthen color palette and the monochrome color palette. You can just find them, and the other side is all the glow, so you get all kinds of extra colors too. I have this open to multiplayer right now. If anybody ever wants to join up, you guys can just build crafts and you have a palette you can work with over there. Let me see. So let's get our 3rd access point rotated. So this is a, let's say 25. No, let's go 10 maybe. Or actually no, negative 35. Okay, negative 35. And then let's go 35 because you want to go opposite. And then this one would also be 35. See what it does. And then negative 35. See what that does. Okay. So the only thing that seems to be causing an issue is that, as you can see. And then our final actuation point right here. This one needs to be you're acting weird. There we go. So 10, 10. All right, now they're starting to work in tandem, guys. I think we finally got them all synced up. 10. And then the bad egg of the bunch. All right, they're all aligned. And then see what I can do here. This is actually on a double rotation. This is how you do the sideways stuff. So right here, I have this rotor stack, and I just turn one of the rotor stacks to get our angle. I have two rotor stacks here, so you turn the back stack, and that is going to get our overall axis point. Let's go negative on it. Let's go negative 25. No, negative 15 maybe. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. It's a rotor, so you want to put in values like that. So 180, 155 maybe. And all this stuff can be put into logic. So if I wanted to, I could have that rotor go into logic, and when something activates, you can have this whole system activate and actuate to a different angle, to sum it up. And that's kind of how I want to use it. There, that's about perfectly aligned now. Almost, anyway. About 170. $170 looks pretty clean. Or maybe we could go actually with an odd value, so 166. There we go. Let's adjust these values some more. So let's go 25. Give these a nice flare. I think they all seem to be working in sync now, guys, which is wonderful. Meaning I could hook up everything together and it should all work properly. Because I need to be putting the exact same values in all four of these, and it needs to just work. It just works. All right. So you guys ready to see it actually in action? So first, oh wait, let's get all four connected. Because these are all now in sync. Now that they are in sync, I should be able to move the entire setup freely. And if I put it on the slider, I have a feeling, oh wait, I hooked up the first one to the piston. Oh wait, those were all on the piston, right? Yeah, just making sure. So I have connected that first one wrong. Because it's supposed to be the rotor is the first thing. Oh wait, the rotor is what I connected to. So yeah, rotor. Let's confirm that it's rotor for all four. Rotor, because I might accidentally do a piston for one of these. Rotor. And then this is the one I might have done accidental piston. No, we're good. Oh yeah, the piston's hooked up to the button. Let me get the button out of here. Because the piston, I was wondering why I couldn't hook the piston up to its logic. It was because it was on a button. Alright, so far, it's going to do this. Because of course I don't, oh, they're all in sync. They're all in sync. They of course just need their values set inside the computer system. But it is working. So, my idea is taking an event gate, hooking it up to the throttle or the Starship computer, having it hooked up to a timer system with the slider, and being able to actuate these freely like a pulsating actuation. Like it kind of goes with the organic style. I will be right back real fast, chat. I'll try to be really quick. I just gotta use the restroom real quick. Coffee kind of going through me a little bit. All right, we're on the right track, guys. All the actuation's in sync, so I'm getting really excited. I think we're almost there. Sorry for the wait, guys. All right, let's do this. We're on the right track. Let's follow through with the plan and see if it works. I'm excited. So we got the pistons hooked up. Next is the rotor. Or I mean the first hinge, the vertical hinge. And then the hoary hinge. All right. Now it's time for the money. So let's get them all zeroed out. I'm going to put them all at a small value initially. Yeah, 10 is fine. Okay. Let's reset them. All right, they are all reset. So, first value, 55. So we're getting that opposite rotation going on with the rotors. Do we have all of these opposites? All right, so I think actually for at least the rotor design, or at least the rotors, I believe they got to be on opposite sides, like opposite hinges. It's the only way they'll work, because I need them to truly be opposite to each other. Everything else seems to sync up perfectly, but the rotors do not. Yeah, see how those are opposite? Those are the big problem child. Those have probably been causing the issue this entire time. Because I've been trying to figure out what was the root cause of the issue of the sequencer not working. And I think it was our rotors. So we're going to have this rotor set right here. So that would mean we might only need the secondary rotor set, and that's really it. So if this is set at 55, this is set at minus 55. Actually, no, we would have to go to a different, because these are rotor, so I don't think minus 55 is an actual valid value. Yeah. It needs to be like 180. Or let's try 145. Okay, so it's not 145. About 85. What is that going to look like? So yeah, our 0 point. Let me get the 0 points lined up, if it will actually allow it. So that is really weird how the rotor's working. The rotor is the main thing that's causing issues, it seems like, right now. Which is very odd. So let's go 45 initially with the off. Okay. The thing I don't like is the rotor spinning all the way around too. That's another thing I do not want it to be doing. So off 45. And then let's go 15. All right, yeah. Like I say, it's the rotor that's causing the issue. Maybe I'm gonna have to have the rotor manually set and not have the rotor actuate with the system. Because I don't think the right side rotor should be spinning at all, really. See, when I put a normal 55 value in, it's fine right here. It's putting opposites in for some reason on the sequencer, and I don't get it. I don't understand why. All right, now we're getting on the right track. What about you? What are you doing right now? Oh, you're probably going into the ground. So it's making it where I can't move it. Look at how big the gravity ball is. Why is that so large? That's funny. Hello, event gate. All right, thank you. All right, they are acting a little weird again. All right, so off state 5, on state 35. See, getting them to all sync up is the hard part. They all sync up at first, and then I end up having some kind of odd issue. All right. What is it gonna look like if I just do a 90 here for off? Yeah, so it's gonna go all the way out. All right. Almost. Why isn't this one moving? Could that have been why? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really think the rotors shouldn't be attached to anything. I think the rotors are what's scuffing everything up. So maybe the rotors should not be even on a mechanism, like at all. There we go. Oh, finally. About time. Okay, so that is the on state. Ooh, there we go. We're starting to get it now. Oh, we're doing it. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay. We've done it. We've done it. We've done it. We've done it. Okay. 0.1. It's the rotors. The rotors were the problem this entire time. There it is. All right, simple as can be. I say that after I fight it for like an hour. Okay, so I definitely do not need any of this. Not necessary. Not necessary. Take the event gate, move it into that spot, get rid of that event gate, get rid of the slider. We need to move the slider over, but I don't have I don't have another slider for it. What was the fix again? It was the main rotor. It was this, the spinning rotor, the thing that makes it tilt, like actually turn. That was the problem. Having that mapped up was giving opposites no matter what I was doing, basically. There it is. And then, of course, now one thing I could add for a rotational angle, if I add a fifth one down here and then make this rotational angle the main rotor system. Now I should be able to spin the entirety of this. Oh boy. Oh god. Woo, buddy. Yeah. Then all we have to do is just adjust the speed of this where everything makes sense. Oh, oh, it's amazing. Okay, we're gonna make everything realistically speed. Dude, this is wicked. Okay, I gotta hurry up and save this now that it's perfected. Finally. I've been banging my head against this for a little while now, but I'm very happy that it works. And this is helping me get greater understanding of doing these kinds of things in the future. Really push the limits of the game. So everything will be at a 4% fluctuation for now, to give a nice gradual change. This thing's a straight up transformer. All right. Pretty much everything is going to be at 4%. I wish there was a way to do a sweeping change to all the angular velocity values at once, but no way to do that. Very, very satisfying that it's working now, though. And I could always change the rotational velocity of some of these to make them, maybe some of the system go before the other parts. Kind of stagger it out. All right, did I get this piston? Yeah. All right, that is all of them. Now let's see what happens. Oh boy. Actual nice slow transformation. Okay, so I think what it should be, this should be like 2%. All right, and then what do we want our initial rotor at? Oh my god. Jeez. All right, so we are going to, of course, make the whole system faster than this. It's just seeing it in slow-mo lets me really analyze the transformation. Okay. So we need to change this initial angle a little bit. And one cool thing I can do, too, we can switch this angle. So if I wanted to pull them out from each other even more, I can do this. and we can separate the system. So I go 55 here. And then we have a nice wide cross. And then what value would we want right here? So if that is 0 right now, let's see what 35 looks like. No, we want it the other way. Minus 35. Oh wait, that's gonna rotate all the way around. So let's go 90. Maybe we should make this a little bit faster while we're doing this. Alright, so how about 120? $155. Almost. Oh wait, the whole vessel's sideways, isn't it? Oh, that's perfect. Okay, 155. So it's off at 155, and then on is 55. Okay. So on should maybe be like 60. Yeah. All right. Now let's speed up our actuators a little bit again. So the pistons I'm going to keep slow. These I'm going to put at about 17%. Can I just change it by 1? Oh, we can change it by 10s. You just press the arrow keys, you can change it by 10s. Wish you could just change it by 1 though. Can I type something in? It'd be cool if I could just click that and type something in. Because getting the bar exactly where you want it can be a little bit challenging. See what I mean? We're almost done with the engine mechanism, guys, and then I can start moving forward with the body design. Alright. I think I want to add a little bit more speed to the other rotator. Yeah. So basically, this is it's gonna be chilling kind of appearance, and then when we're going into the high power mode, it would switch to a more streamlined design. I think these need to be a little bit faster still. Let's go 32. I'm really glad that this is actually working now. Like, I mean, this is huge. Big step forward. At first, I was kind of going like 1 step forward, 2 steps back with this design. It happened over and over again. But finally hit the ticket. And the funny part is, it was just the rotor the entire time that was throwing me off. I mean, I can add the other design, the other set now if I wanted to. Because there was originally 8 sets. Like, or I mean, there was 8 of these fins, not 4. It's just I lowered it to 4. All right. God, that is so satisfying to look at. I'm going to be saving this as a prefab, I think. Because I might end up using this on a larger engine design at some point. Let's go 26%. Yes. All right. Now let's adjust the rotational value of this. Oh, yes. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more speed. This is so satisfying. After strong arming this thing for a long time. Oh, there it is. Okay, just a little bit less speed. I want the rotational to end right when it ends its point. So, right. Oh, there it is. There it is. Perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Boom. Boom. Yes. Yes. Woo. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. Okay. Huge. Huge. All right. I think that that is good. We're going to keep it just like this. And now I need to make the body frame that's going to go around this. That's going to rotate around the same axis. So basically I'm going to build off of this because all this copper tubing isn't going to be fully out in the open. I am going to have like an armored shell kind of over parts of it that will only reveal like portions of the copper piping. Speaking of the copper piping, I noticed there's some parts of it that did not get colored. So let's look through our Microsoft screensaver real quick to find those pipes. Okay, so this one. There should be more of them that probably are going to be blue. No? Oh, right here. Alright, that might be all the blue pipes. I think that's all of them. Alright. Bango, bango, we did it. Mission successful. Let me save over it one more time since I recolored those pipes. Alright. Give me 1 sec to chat. I'm gonna smoke just real fast, chat, and then we will start working on the actual body of the vessel and start getting the wraparound on this engine. Get its actual shell, because the wraparound is going to spin with that whole engine column. You wouldn't want it to hold in place because when this spins, see, when this actuates, that whole system is moving. So you're gonna want the shell to be attached to the engine base, because the entire engine spins. But that's the thing, it's not the actual engine. The engine itself is still in place, so we're not going to have any thrust values get messed up. Alright, like I say, if anybody wants to join the lobby, it is open. Snicer007 is the name you'll look for. You guys are welcome to start building your own new craft. I got this color palette over there, the 1/8 rotors. If you guys want to do your own wacky experimentation, you always can. So I will be right back real fast. I'm just gonna smoke real quick. I can probably keep streaming for a couple more hours, just because, let me see, I gotta go to work in like 2 hours. So yeah, we can go for like another hour and a half streaming. So keep working on it. BRB. I'll try to be real quick.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry for the wait. I know we've been taking a lot of breaks this stream, but between me going after my bird and trying to engineer these mechanics, there's been a little bit of a thinking process that's been having to go into it. And I have had to take a little bit of pauses. All right. So, engine cover time. We've gotten all the rotations figured out. Everything is sorted. Now, it's time to make an actual cover for this thing. So, initially, I am probably going to mount off of probably the first rotor, honestly. So, how I'm going to have to do this is build this simply on an angle to sum it up. Now, I can put mirroring on. Let me put mirroring on the rotor. All right. So let's get it right in the middle. Mirroring. And then we're going to get mirroring on the x-axis. Right there. So that's going to go 4 ways. So when I build this block, it should put it all 4 ways. Yep. Okay. Let's ride. Engine shell time. All right. So what do I want to do here? Let's get our arch. Replace the solar panel. Ah, yeah, we do that right there. So, what I think I'm gonna do instead, possibly go with this initially. Oh, it won't actually fit up against the hole all 4 ways.
So was this actually fitting against the hole all four ways? Yeah, it was. Oh wait, we don't actually have the final axis. So I guess we would still be doing this side too. So kind of work along. Yeah, so that'll do that axis. And then I'm just going to change this as I go. So right here, we're going to adjust this whole situation to be basically the opposite direction. There we go. Get a rounded block going off the side, going like so. That is, what, 3? I really need to be counting those. Why isn't it able to go on the other side? Oh, I never changed this side. The other issue could be that. Oh, I'm mounting it from the wrong spot. That's why. Duh. Those angles were confusing me a little bit. Oh, it still blocks on that side. So let me see. These are good. So on this angle, we got to go with something different. Did I go with just a 1? No, that blocks no matter what. Now I could change the angle a little bit more on this 1. Let me see. Because you can always do temporary angle changes and then just swing it right back after you're done with your designs. So let's go 45. Just give it more leeway, more breathing room. So now I should be able to actually put it in, or maybe at least the 2. Yep. Okay, so the 2 can go. So we have 2 there, 3 here. And these all have enough space. And then what I was going to do is... Let me see if I can run this with the hollow. Oh wait, let's just line it up with the ends. Okay. And then we're gonna go from there, add another hollow right this way. Another hollow, just like that. And then going off of this hollow, come on, won't give me my right grid size. There we go. So go with a 3, 3, 5. Actually, no, we don't want to use these. We want to use the arches. Where's my arches? Oh, I don't have any arches on the toolbar, guys. Oh no. Or replace, what do I want to replace? There's gotta be something I don't need here. Get rid of the slider for now. All right. The only problem with this is I gotta side mount it. We need a mounting block. I forgot I can just do it this way. Mounting block there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, I know. And then we need a mounting block on the back of this. And this one needs just the one side mounting block. Now, what I actually could have done, is that actually going to be too big? Yeah. So if I stretch that out, I could do it. But yeah, so what we'd want to do, okay. All right, going from there. Oh, get me on my right mount point. Stretch it all the way out to there. I actually did not count how far I just stretched that, so let's just kind of eyeball it. Rip. Oh, I can just eyeball this. This is easy. Alright. Next, we need another one on the bottom. If I can get the right angle. Okay. So probably just something like that. Okay. I believe. Oh, I don't have enough space on the other side. I can't do it that big. So let me scale this back a little bit. Let's go just 2 here. And that should give enough leeway. What we could do is possibly an arch line here in between. Will it fit? That is the question. Okay, the arch line works right there. It didn't go in on the other side, did it? Oh, I see where the collision point is. Yeah. Right there. So let's go 1 back. Or actually, let's build the arch first. Let's go in, over, right there. Then we'll go here. Much easier doing it this way. Okay. That actually works really nicely. So this part, I'm actually going to, I got lucky on this. Nice mounting point. Around it. I'm trying to meet it on that edge, but it doesn't like it very much. So actually, this might be cooler. Doing it like this, and bring that back. End it right there. Ooh, that's too close. End it right here. Swing it back in. There. And then up here, we could kind of do the same. Cover up that connection point right there. And then we're going to split it off. I kind of want to split it with arches. So let's go all the way back. Give me 16. Oh, I actually can't go all the way back. There's no way it'll allow it. But if I bring it over and then up, I think we might be able to get the money. We have the rotor system right there. So I think maybe I'd have to start it over this way. I don't think I can get the right angle though. All right, let's keep working on the other angle too, because remember, this is not in sync. And this will be varied, being that we don't have the actual angle that we originally were going to have for the other side already. And we just kind of meet this into the line. There we go. We'll keep working on bringing the shell forward. Let me see. That is going to go into the solar panel. All right. And then let's bring this line also out. Oh. So you're going to be a little bit of an issue right here. Idea. Use a half block to get past. Oh, come on. Oh, you're not even gonna like me using a half block to get past you, huh? Oh, I see the issue. So go right here. Go up a couple. Let me see if I can mount a block in here. There's your issue solved. So what the problem was the not only this but that too, both causing issues with collision. All right, so we could just end this off right here, end it off probably right here. Do I want to pull this out all the way to the end of the solar array? Possibly. Because what I could then possibly do... the shell, I don't know if it's going to sit on the other side like I want it. No, it's going to phase through if I go too far. So keep the shell small. I'm getting a tiny bit of phasing, but it's not enough where it's mattering to me. We might adjust, like I could always give a singular pipe bit to space that off. So if I were to go and just get one spacing pipe and then just rebuild that, then it won't phase through anymore. The only problem is I gotta find my connection hose. I don't know which one that was connected to. Also, I see a part that I didn't put the copper on. Alright, so this hose goes to question mark. Oh boy. Oh, right here. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I should have looked at where the connection point actually was before I go and destroy that. Oh, it's still phasing through a little bit. Looks like we need 2. Yeah. Okay. And that should do the trick. So you need to come over here. Perfect. Then we just need to make that copper. Connect the other side because that just scuffed that one too. It would be the top one, yeah? Right here. Oh, it doesn't look like it actually put them in. Oh yeah, and it's both sides. Oh, so. Ah, I see why I didn't put it in right here. Because of you. Well, I have a solution. And then minus 305. Okay, grab you, put you there. And then there's another one that needs to connect in. Where is it? Oh Lord. I don't know where the other one is. Oh, right here. This is literally like Mike looking at the Microsoft screensaver, trying to figure out where everything goes. Okay, so there's going to be one more that, yep, isn't connected right here. Alright, so this one, go ahead and also rotate it back. And just kind of squeeze it in. Okay, and this one's also going to be probably hiding in the cluster somewhere, yeah? Where are you in my Microsoft screensaver? That has a connection point. That has one. This is what I get for deleting all willy-nilly. They all seem to have connection points over here. But I know I'm missing one somewhere. Because this one needs to go into something. Oh, where is it? There it is. Oh no, it's a glow tube. Oops. I put the wrong kind of pipe on. Easy fix. Put it on from the other direction. Okay, now I think all of them are reconnected. That was a little bit of a bigger solution than I thought it would be. Let me see, is there anything else I'm missing? Nah, I should be good. Alright, back to it. Alright, so we got all of that. I like how that X goes over. Let's go ahead and paint some of the shell so we have an idea of our color palette and where everything sits. Okay, get all this down here. I'm missing a little bit here. There's that. Get all of this. I think that is all of it. All right. The shell is starting to come together. Oh boy. My birdie's getting into trouble. One sec. Real fast. I'll be like literally a minute. Yay. Sorry about that. All right. So let's keep working on this shell. Did I miss any those gray points? Don't think I did. All right. Where do I want to connect this to? So let me see here. Wah. Oh, I won't allow it. If I want to hit the angle, I gotta go right there. I don't know if I can actually match it from right here. Oh no, wrong thing. Dang it. Alright, so let me redo this. So we have those fins there. Then that puts them right there too. Maybe let's work on them from the top. It might be easier. So that's getting a little bit close to the body piece right there. Maybe we want to go. Let's go one in. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is just bring it right back. Just like that. All right, and then mounting off of this arch wedge, or do it like that. And then we would have to mount these like this. Can I get the right angle here? Probably should start from the bottom. Okay. I don't know if I'd be able to actually get the arch in unless I have a mounting block. Okay. And this inside layer here. Oh, I can't get a mounting point right there. I will have to just get a mounting block for this. Let's actually swing it back to right there. Oh no. Went too far over on this side. Alright, so we gotta swing that back a little bit. Here, what I could actually do is transform it. Let's see. Let me get just a little mounting line right here. Let's see, is it actually going on all sides? There we go. So that would mean I could actually go ahead and commit to this if I wanted to and go all out with it. Oh yeah, let's start from this edge. Much easier to line up. Oh, I take that back. Alright, make sure this is on the top and the bottom. Yep. Alright. We're cooking. Bring this line in as far as it'll allow. Okay, so that is the rotational joint right there. So let's just bring the wedge down by one. Okay. That should be in the front too. Yep. Yeah, it's working. Alright, so I'm thinking with this part, I want a large tank hidden under here. Actually, we could go with maybe twin tanks. I'd like to get that centered off. Let me go with the other type of tank, the not glass one. Because we do need to raise our fuel capacity. This would be a good way to do it. I'd like to use the round tank. You're not happy with this, are you? Well, guess I take that back. Now I could just do a big multi-stack. So if I wanted to, I could go then I'm going to cluster it going on the sides here. And that will go into connection points. So those are glow ones. We don't want glow ones. Get normal ones. And then I should have connection points left over on the actual system here that I never filled right here. So there's one, but I can't access it. There's one there. Got one right here that I could go for. Let's see. That might be a little bit of a stretch right there. You know what? That actually works. All right. Get those coppered out. Oh yeah, there's another connection point here on the other end I could also fill if I wanted. go. Go ahead and get our purple shade on the body pieces that we've put on so far. This one needs a connection in because that looks a little gooftastic. It's a little yucked up. Can we fit that? No, we just gotta do that. It's just a little yucked up. Alright. Go ahead and get this piece. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Tiny bit of a phase through, but that might just be the angle we're at right now. Might have to fix that though. Let's make sure we're not missing any gray pieces. Okay. Yeah, and these are mounting blocks right here that can have the little thin bits I was wanting to have. Probably go with an inward angle because remember we got to rotate past this point here and make sure that it all matches. It's kind of look like little stingrays. Huh. It's actually really cool. Alright, now let me see if I can get this to swoop around, because that would be pretty nice. They wouldn't be aligned, but let's just see what this looks like with a staggered appearance. Not really the biggest fan in the world. How about we do it like this? Come on. It won't go for the lineup. There it goes. Boom. So I wonder why that... Ah, yeah. Because it's one off, it will never line up. That's why. Well, I could... To go with that. So actually I can get this to work if I just go in the one block here. There we go. I probably want to just go with come on. There we go. Trying to get some internal structure framing, and I think that'll help. Might actually move that. Oh. Can I actually fit this in here? Oh, I might actually be able to stretch that all the way down. Oh, I can. Oh, it didn't make it on the other side? Come on, man. Maybe I'll just have it on that one side then. Because I actually really like that little connection point over there. Gives it some kind of structural stability. Oh, it didn't even make it on this side. Well, it made this portion of it. It looks like it had a pipe problem over here. Oh, it looks like this the top half ended up almost fully reconnecting through. Actually, it did fully reconnect through. Dang. So the top half did it perfectly. W, you can actually see the W. Nice. Alright. So you I might have to fix. Let me see our actuation. So it's getting a little bit tight right there. So it'd actually be this one. Oh yeah, it's the rotor. Oh yeah, I think yeah, the rotors are set manually. So there we go. So let's go 60 on the rotors. Actually, no, it would be minus. And then this one is also minus 305. Those ones are actually okay. They're not colliding with anything. Pretty much all the others are okay. But I probably should switch this one. Oh, I was gonna say I didn't pull it all the way. Let's change the threshold. Oh. Let's change the threshold value to be like 25%. All right, nothing is colliding. Okay. Off about 15. What about minus 15? What is that going to look like? Okay. Let me see what 75 would look for the off state. How about, so if on is 55, about 120 here. Yeah, it's gonna start bringing them forward and make them like a reverse X. So you know what, let's play around with this. 155. Let's do off state of 65. Okay, is that phasing into anything? Oh yeah, it is kind of. That's too much. Wait, is that phasing through still? No, it doesn't look like. Oh wait, no, it definitely is. Definitely don't be doing that. Alright, so that would bring them all in. What about 25? Just experimenting with different values to see what I end up with. Alright, so I still think it's too close. The piston should stay out. And then I think we should actually enhance the range of the piston overall. Make the piston go to 1.5 or 0.5. Okay. All right, so now that piston's going to go to 0.5 after I set it up. For now, I'm just going to keep it at the maximum. It doesn't seem like the piston's extending. I think maybe because my off state was set to 0.5 also. Yeah. All right. So we got that. But let's make it like 0.3 when it's in. No, not 120. At 10. Oh, might have broke it there. Not quite. Let's try a 190. Or no, 180. Yeah. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah. If I do it like that, it would create that kind of design. So I think wait, it can all take all the way up to 360. Oh yeah, because that's my final thing. That'd be so cool if we could just keep it spinning. All right, let's do this to 180. All right, now what about the other one? So this one's also the 180. So about 120 on this one. Maybe even less than that. What is 5 gonna look like? they got a little messed up there. One of the mechanisms looks like it got a little confused. Let's go ahead and reset them all. Ah, you got a little stuck, did ya? Simple solution. Dang it. I'll have to manually switch the piston. There she goes. I'm gonna troubleshoot them and then we can bring that stuff in. Actually, I can keep this one, keep them away from each other. So go 1.5 on this one. These ones are fine. They aren't having any collision issues. You need to get in your lane, buddy. All right. Folding should be fixed now. Oh, 0.7 instead. .05 is okay for those ones. All right. So I just need these angles changed. They're off value. So what does the 0 point look like? Yeah, the 0 point is right there. Now I could do the pistons reversed. So start them at 07 and then squeeze them down as it transforms, just to give more breathing room off the body. Oh god, they really got messed up now. So that is definitely not what we want to do. No, dang, I screwed him up. Come on, baby. Oh, no. I might have to reset them all now. Dang it. Alright. I got a little too crazy with it. Let me separate them away from each other. That's why it's nice we have these systems in place, because then we can pull them all apart if they all start getting into each other. There we go. Now they're all pulled apart. So what I think I'm actually going to do, I know this is going to sound a little wacky, but I am going to reset all of them to scratch and just make a sequence. Because I now know all of them work great. It's just, I gotta be careful not to phase them into each other too much. Alright, so let me get these things to an initial sequence. find their initial resting spot, and if I need to, I will put all of them on their own little sequence if required. All right, so let's get our initial rotational value. So we're gonna go, let me see, how about 15 with a piston at 102. This is at 15. I can actually put it at 5. Rotation needs to be slightly changed. Then bring this off a little bit. How about 03? Nah. If I just change this one a little bit. All right. Minus 30. All right, so that's perfect values. So maybe I should just do all 4 separately, because I can still hook it all up to the same logic system. So this will be the piston. And I mean, if I do it this way, I in theory could also have the rotor also added to this. So that is that. Oh yeah, we still got all of those connected. Let me disconnect all of these. Okay. And I need to make sure that the, what is this? What is that connected to? Oh yeah, the main rotor. All right. So all of this stuff needs to be set to the exact values for off as what I have here. So 0.3. So you're going to start with a 0.3. And then you're going to probably stay 0.3. Maybe we should keep the piston off. Actually, we'll see. And then negative 30. So that would be 90, 110. No, 120. Okay. And then lastly is 10. Wait, I have this, yeah. Oh wait, so I got those flipped. Because that is the vert hinge. Do I actually have that hooked up correctly? No. I have the naming scheme hooked up wrong. See, good thing I didn't actuate it. Oh wow, the vert hinge is still active too. I thought I disconnected all these hinges. Apparently not. Okay, so that's the horizontal, that's the vertical hinge. So vertical hinge, horizontal hinge. Horizontal needs to be 120. And the vertical one needs to be, so 10. If it was 10, then it would actually need to be 80. Okay. Yeah, so 10, 80. All right, let's test it. I mean, it's going to go to a random value when it switches. All right, so that rotational value did seem to work fine. Make sure it is that same stuff. Minus 30. Yeah. So what we're gonna actually want to do, have this at 30. So when it's off, it'll be at 30. So give me a second. Why was that connected? Oh, no, I was going to say it was showing me just a different angle. I was like, what the heck? It's because I moved it. Did that go the correct direction? There we go. I just need that angle to slightly change. So go 85. There we go. All right, so all I have to do, get copy paste, grab all of this whole setup other than the logic. Oh, we actually could just do this. Get all these. Simply put it 4 times. Now, are they gonna actually still have my naming scheme? No. All right. So all of these are going to have their own arm. I'm basically going to get all the values for one arm, and then all the other arms can get whatever value compensating. and I'm going to be putting this all on some kind of pulse system. But yeah.
I will have to probably work on this later on though, because it is about time for me to get ready for work, guys.
So I'm going to be brainstorming this at work, the exact rotation sequence I want. I'll keep working on that, and maybe I'll stream later tonight when I get off work, and we will keep working on this vessel. This is this is a really exciting project, and you guys have already seen what it can do, the capability of the fold. It looks so cool. And I think not only that, I mean, this thing is so fast. I mean, right now it's almost at 600 meters per second as its estimated velocity with what we have right here. And right now it is still only 6.3 tons. It is very light. I mean, this thing might look kind of big, but it's actually extremely small. I mean, there's the Lafonte air car, and there's my other ship that we've been working on, the Enduring Destiny. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming to hang out for this build sesh. I will be back with you guys later tonight. Keep working on this madness, but use what you learned here today in today's stream to experiment yourselves with like the 1/8 rotors or just any of the robotics and stuff, and make the crazy spinning mechanisms, make cool like engine stuff like that, engine prefabs and stuff. It's fun. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye bye. Have a good day or good night, whatever time it is for you. I will try to be back on later tonight, probably around 10:30 p.m. Eastern time.